Welcome to another episode of Talkin' Shop. Usually I've got somebody else in one of these other chairs. Today it's just me for a solo episode of Talkin' Shop, and I want to talk about something that I've been doing a lot over the last year, but really been hitting it hard over the last 6 months that I'm not sure everybody thinks about in this light. So I'm talking about networking. If you're a financial advisor, you get into the business, right away you're told, go network with a CPA, with an attorney, get into a referral agreement, so that you send clients their way, they send clients your way, and this is how you're going to grow your business. And now networking for referrals and networking for growing your business is important. I'm talking about a different type of networking. I'm talking about networking for growth. And not necessarily business growth, but just growth as an individual or as a professional. I'm talking about networking for accountability, people you can talk to that will help you make the adjustments and improvements that you want to make in your business. Networking to be pushed. You see somebody doing something because you've talked to them, you know what they're doing, you want to try to catch up with them or even do something better than them, and you have that drive, that competitive nature that's going to drive you forward to become a better, for me, a better financial advisor, but whatever it is that you do, be better at what you're doing. And also networking for opposing views. It's very easy to be drawn to people that have the similar viewpoint as you. We're all guilty of it, but it's also good to network to learn about other views, learn about different ways of doing things. So you don't build in this echo chamber where you're always hearing what you want to hear. It's very easy to do that. So networking to hear these other views. And how do you do this? And it's just quite simply reaching out to people that you respect, what they're doing, you want to learn more about what they're doing, and just having a conversation. And it might be intimidating to think about doing that. And I'll tell you what, I am not a very aggressive person when it comes to reaching out to other people. You see me doing videos and doing podcasts, but my style is not to walk up to somebody. I'm not a cold caller. I'm not going to walk up to somebody on the street and start talking to them. We live in a day and age where we have social media, we have different avenues to reach out to people and just reaching out to see if they're open for a conversation. And you will be surprised at how many people that you would maybe think wouldn't take the time to meet with you will. And I'm a big believer in the reason for that is a lot of times people who hit that level that we look up to, the people that we admire, at some point in their career, somebody took the time for them to talk about what it was they were doing, answer their questions, allow them to pick their brain so that they can move forward. And most successful people kind of want to pay it forward. We don't forget that. And when we see somebody who we see some potential in or has the right questions, we want to help out. So don't be hesitant to reach out. The worst case scenario is they don't return your DM, they don't return your email, or you get a no in a digital form. It's not a no to your face, which is much easier to handle, at least for me. So why am I so big on this? It has been a tremendous benefit for me and my growth as an advisor, growth of my firm, and it's also been very enjoyable. I now have a network of people that, while they may not be best friends, I have a close enough relationship with them now that when I go to various conferences or if I'm traveling with my family on vacation, I can call them up and swing by and have coffee with them and get to further that relationship in person, all because we started talking on Twitter or following each other's podcasts or whatever it might be that opened up those lines of communication. So I've dedicated a lot of my time when I'm not with clients or I'm not doing these types of videos to be talking to advisors across the country at all different levels and different stages of their career. I've talked to a lot of advisors wanting to make changes and start a firm. I've talked to advisors that I look up to. It's just been an amazing experience that I don't think a lot of people think about networking just for personal growth and meeting people in the industry that you work in to have those connections for the future. It's important to network to grow your business, but it's also important to network to learn and better yourself. And we now have the opportunity to do that with things like Twitter. For me, it's Twitter that allows me to meet all these people initially, follow them, learn about them, and then eventually reach out when the time is right. So we've got the FinTwit community, which I love. Find what it is that your profession and what it is that you're interested in. What is that one place that everybody hangs out? Maybe it's Twitter, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's YouTube, but reach out to these people. And I have a few tips. These are not, I wouldn't set them in stone, but these are things that I think are important in the way that I try to approach doing this. And the first one is be genuine. And this is something that I believe in across the board on so many things, whether it's creating content, reaching out to people to learn from them, but be genuine for why you're reaching out to them. Because you're going to want to have to respect their time, because if they take the time to talk to you, they could be doing something else. So be genuine, don't have ulterior motives in there that you're trying to get something else. Be reaching out to people that you really respect and you want to learn from, and be ready to respect their time. So be ready to meet whenever they are. Don't take more time than they allot, and be on time. Don't waste their time. I'm a big Gary Vee fan, and he talks about give, give, take, meaning before you ever ask for anything, you should be giving. That's something to keep in mind, but I also will tell you that it's something that I struggled with before I started reaching out to people. Was the people that I wanted to learn from and meet and connect with, I viewed above me, further in their career, more successful, whatever it is, however you define that. But my thought was, what do I have to give them? Sometimes I was able to find ways to help them or offer to help them, but other times I found out that my giving to them was just giving them an opportunity to tell their story. And not in an egotistical way, but just to share what they've learned with somebody else. And a lot of times, and I would say that I'm a person who's like this, sharing that story and encouraging somebody, it makes me feel good. And it makes me feel like I'm able to help somebody. So that is something that somebody is giving to me, is the opportunity for me to help somebody else reach their potential. So the give doesn't necessarily have to be a physical give or a sales give or a trade-off. It could be just the opportunity to share a story. And when we share our stories, sometimes we learn from our own stories because we see something and hear it differently. So before I go much longer, Talkin' Shop's meant to be a little bit longer than the mixtape videos. I just wanted to share this concept of networking outside of just networking for sales. You see these other Talkin' Shop videos. These are other advisors, other people in my industry that other people might view as competitors. I view them as colleagues, and that we're trying to help the masses when it comes to financial planning and investing and educating people. They are my peers, they are my colleagues. I want to have a conversation and learn from them. So doing things like that has been very instrumental in my career and a lot in the last year, and I think it's going to be very impactful for where I go with what I'm doing with my clients and what I'm doing with the business. I think you should consider networking with people that you might view as a competitor, view them in a different light, try to learn from them, try to give back to them, and when they do, be ready in the future that when somebody reaches out to you, to take the time to help them out as well and keep paying this thing forward. So that's it for this Talkin' Shop. Again, networking is something that I'm really enjoying right now. I think it's going to be very impactful for my career, growing as an advisor, growing as a person, learning new things out there. I won't claim to know everything about financial planning or investing, so I have these people that I can call up and ask them and learn from them as well, and then I'll be doing the same thing as people reach out to me. So I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned. There'll be some more Talkin' Shops coming up. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.